welcome back to Late Start Show. We're here with Senior, one of the heads of the prep squad, and great photographer Chase Takaoka. How are you, Chase?
I'm doing fantastic actually.
Yeah, glad to have you on the show.
It's a big honor to make it to the show. I didn't think it would ever come. I've seen a lot of people on it, and I didn't think I had the honor to make it, but I do, I guess. So
Great. I mean, let's kind of start from the beginning, right? Did you grow up in Cleveland? What were you like as a kid? Were you always into kind of creative stuff like photography, or were you kind of more into sports and kind of that adventure?
so yeah, I always lived here in Pepper Pike, literally down the street. I mean, I live a minute away. I was kind of a lazy child. I used to run up the flag football days. I was on the Browns at Orange, and I moved from Orange to US in 8th grade, like going into 8th grade, kind of after the COVID stuff. And yeah, I've been here ever since.
And what brought you to US? Was it that COVID stuff, and like how did that transition to the US community go for you?
Yeah, so both my uncles were here. I think they were here. They were here, I know for a fact, in high school. I don't know about middle school, but they graduated here. And my mom just wanted me to come, and my sister was already at Hathaway Brown at the time. So then she thought, okay, this is gonna be the switch. And I almost came in early on. Like, I think I visited in 4th grade, but we decided to just do it in middle school, especially after the way it was kind of handled at Orange. Like, it was like half online, half you would go in person, and it was just a lot. And so my mom just decided for us to switch, and yeah.
Kind of tell us a bit about that family aspect. Obviously, you talked about family game, kind of being the reason you got into US. How's your family really kind of influenced you where you are, whether it's kind of just supporting your interests, kind of taking you on trips, or just some of the things they've taught you?
I mean, to be completely honest, they are the financial aspects of my life, so I am grateful for that because they do help me out in a little bit. But they are always supporting like my photography and everything, and even just like as a kid, I've always been close to my family, especially like I've always Parker. He's my same age, twin brother, with me my whole life, and also Finn too. Finn Bryan, he's been here kind of with me forever. I mean, we were at Orange together, and then he moved here freshman year, and we've kind of just all grown up together, three of us, and so it's kind of been good. Like, I've never been like scared or like afraid of like being alone and kind of work through. So I've always had the support of my family, even my like sister, even when she's at college, to help me out. So it's been pretty good.
And I know travel is a big part of your life. You took a trip to Japan to do some photography. Was exploring that in the world just something your family instilled in you early on, or did that interest kind of develop by yourself?
Yeah, so my mom actually, like, when she was at Hathaway Brown, she used to like do exchange students, and she had a really good friend in like France, and so they used to like exchange back and forth to each other. And my mom's been like huge into traveling ever since, and especially my dad's Japanese, so we like to go back to see my grandparents and my uncle. So that's always been an experience I've been grateful for. And yeah, so my mom likes to take us to Europe sometimes just to see her friend's family, because unfortunately she passed away in a car crash when she was like 21. So we usually go back to we went for the wedding of the sister and just to see the grandparents. And I love traveling a lot, and not even just for the aspect of like tourism and travel, but I like to like immerse myself in it so I could one take photography and feel like understand the actual like origins of the place. And also, I'm a big food guy, like huge food guy. Like, I know the spots all around Cleveland, and so I love just going around, going traveling, like even in the Bahamas, just to like get some good like food. And I don't like the like I'll go for like not the country's food in that country, but I really like finding like the underground dishes of the place. Like, Bahamas has the conch salad, that's my favorite. Or in Japan, the different regions have different dishes, and I just like going traveling just for the food too.
Let's talk about that culture aspect. What's different that you've seen, and maybe some of the cultures of the places you've been compared to what you're used to here?
Yeah, so it's really clean in Japan and polite. So when we go, we hop on a train. It's almost like it's like so everyone's kept to themselves. And when I first went to Japan for the first time, we were coming home from the airport, and I kind of like put my leg up like this, just like resting it on like this. The guy next to me comes and slaps my leg down, and then the conductor comes out and starts like yelling at me, and I have no clue what the language was. Like, I had no clue what he was saying, but I just know that they're all about like staying in place. And they have like special cars too for just women too, because they're like trying to respect that like aspect of it gets really busy at night and they don't want all these people crowded all like tight next to each other. So I think the respect thing's really big in Japan.
Yeah.
Can you kind of recall some of the first photographs you took that you were like really proud of? What was it? What kind of really made that moment special to you?
So I took my mom's camera when we were in Europe, and I was just taking photos of the landscape and kind of the people. And I didn't really have an interest yet because I was in photography class at the time. But once I hit photography class with Mr. Strunsky, I kind of looked over all the photos and thought like, oh, they're not too bad. So then when I just got a camera of my own, I just went around trying to find what I wanted to actually capture. And that's when I kind of hit street photography because I like not the just plain landscape, which is cool, yeah. But I like the capturing of people that like they have no clue that I'm taking a photo of them and they're just acting like completely normal. It's just random. It's like you don't know what's gonna happen. It's very vague, and you're just like hoping to get a good shot out of it. And it tells a story too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now moving into your school years here at US, what was your freshman year like here at US, moving from the middle school to the upper school?
I was really like I was so annoying. I can't even look back at it because I wouldn't stop talking in class. Like I I didn't care that much. Like I don't even know if I could say like just like my worry wasn't school at the time. It was kind of like getting into high school and I was like, "Whoa, I'm in high school. What do I do now?" Trying to get my social aspect, but I was a terrible kid in class. And I'm not going to lie, everyone watching this, if I have one regret, it's I did not like focus enough on school freshman and sophomore year because that's really impacted me, especially on my college kind of admissions and stuff.
You've kind of been involved in a lot here. Obviously, US also has a sports requirement. What kind of sports do you play? What drew you into those? And did you really kind of focus on our sports, or did you kind of leave that early?
Yeah, it sounded like a hit right there, but yeah, so freshman year, I started with squash. Tyler and me wanted me to play lacrosse, and I thought, oh, I might get killed. But I started lacrosse, okay, and then so squash was over. So technically, that didn't count for a full year. I played lacrosse all of freshman year. Had one goal. I was midi. Not good. I'll tell you that it was not good. And then, um, sophomore year, I played lacrosse, and then because I had like a lot of like health issues too with my stomach, so I'd miss a lot, and then I I got injured. I like pulled my quad or something because I'm very lazy, so I don't do anything in the off season. So it's like once I hit the season, I was kind of out of shape. So then I started that, got the quad injury, and then like by the end, end of spring, so like kind of end of season, like more than half, I unfortunately retired the sport.
Well, I mean, anyone who's been to a big US game might not see you on the field, but you definitely are one of the leaders of our school spirit. When did you start to get involved in the school spirit, and what draws you to that side of things?
I like I just like going to sports event to support like all of my friends and the fact that I'm not gonna name drop here, but the last 2 years maybe like my freshman year was the greatest year we've had, and everything after that was just seemed poor. Like nobody gave an effort, nobody cared really about like bringing it, but it's most important to like the people on the field to hear everyone coming to support them. And so I tried when Miss Coy sent out this thing about being a spirit leader. I thought like this is when I could finally like change it and make a difference. And I really wanted like everyone to come to these events, not have just the normal blackout whiteout theme every time, like something unique. People like want to come to the game and everyone's like excited when they're there. And so it's kind of why I kind of got into it.
Yeah, and you saw that come to fruition at the Friday night game under the lights of the Shaker campus. What was that like just to see that student section? And I mean, that was amazing.
Yeah,
That was
so we were planning a neon out, and then the morning of our announcement, we were told that we had to cut that part out, and they wanted to do like their white It Takes All of Us shirts, and yeah, it's cool, but it's also freezing outside, and like you could wear neon over a jacket, and so it started a little bit of controversy, but the neon because we wanted not just a white theme, like we wanted to bring color, especially in the dark. It's gonna reflect off and everything. And we saw those national anthem, like the blue, red, and all that. So we thought, let's go neon now. And I'm not gonna lie, I walked in, did not expect everyone to have it. Everyone from the bottom to the top was all in neon. If it was just like a what are those things called?
Like instructions,
Glow
I
sticks
guess,
or
or-
something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, glow stick necklaces or like neon vests or something. Even face paint, like everyone had it. And I was like, that was like the greatest moment of the student section that I've ever seen.
Looking back, how would you kind of compare freshman year Chase to now senior year Chase? Right, we kind of talked a little bit about like academics, but just overall as a person.
I feel like I matured a lot because freshman year, like I was just so annoying, like a disturbance to all. But even now, I see I'd miss Worthington freshman year, and I have her this year, and I think she could tell a big difference of that class because freshman year I had like no filter, I would say whatever, and now I think I'm actually focusing on school, getting my assignments done. I mean, I love Shakespeare now. Hated Shakespeare before, couldn't read it at all, and I think it's like I've grown more as like wanting to do things. Like I want to be involved. I want to do the school. Like I wanted like learn before it was just like I would walk into school and like freestyle it or something. I don't know.
One of the things that we also kind of know is that you kind of faced a big challenge with the surgery and kind of your leg. Can you kind of talk about that and what's been like kind of recovery process?
Yeah, so I signed up for this kind of not knowing. So I found out about my surgery like months, not even like a long time in advance. So I had a lot of things planned and I just was not ready to like do it. Like cuz I noticed it just got worse and worse. They just grew all it just looked all funky. And I could feel it like I would golf and like carrying my bag and walking. I could feel it in my hips and like my knees and my ankles. And I thought it's not going to be that big deal. I maybe have to wear a brace or something. So I go to the doctor and they're like, "No, we got to break the entire thing." And I was like, and at first I thought it's gonna be both legs. I thought I was gonna be full wheelchair, like could not
Yes.
walk for like a while. But thank God it was only one leg. But even then, it's been it's been difficult. I mean, the pain hasn't been that bad, but it's kind of more of a mental pain of like the crutches were one of the worst times of my life. Just sitting and getting around, even like the student section, because I wanted to come to the games, but it was hard to come and like cheer and be so loud and stand up and like when I can't even walk on one leg. So I'd have to kind of push myself on the railing and like sit down. Like maybe there might be some photos I'm like sitting down in the bleachers over the fence because like it was just a struggle. But I managed to get it done. But my problem is low key the winter for the next surgery because I don't know how I'm gonna do crutches in the ice. I mean, I already slipped, like it was bad. It was like wet, like in a garage or something, like one of the like the smooth
Yeah.
garages,
Yeah,
like the epoxy. And I was in the crutches, it was wet, and a crutch completely gave out, like completely fall from both sides. And this is like early surgery too, and like my leg was completely straight, it, like locked the brace, so I had to like jump off of it. And I'm just worried for for the ice because the ice is not my strong suit.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the peak moments from this year for me was the prep rally where you came out on stage in your shopping cart.
Yeah.
How'd you get the idea for that?
That was Jack's idea actually. He has the thing at his house, and we kind of thought we like that'd be funny if we just rolled into this. I'm trying to make the best out of the situation of my my disabled leg right now. So like I don't want to be down about it and just like pout about it. I'd rather make it more funny, like comedic kind of in a way. So I thought that prep rally would be funny, and Jack really had the main idea of doing that. So I thought, yeah, why not do it? And all my boys came in the back, so that was fun. Just like with everyone on stage, and it's like we're finally seniors after all those years. So
That was pretty
Do
cool.
you have a favorite theme for some of the kind of events? I mean, we talked about the whiteout, the blackout, the neons. Do you have one theme that kind of releases just the best every year?
I mean, so we haven't had a lot of themes really. I mean, neon was probably the best I've seen so far. I mean, I've got some good ideas. I just don't know if they're gonna be like accepted in. But I would always love a good toga out. Get some like the bed sheet or whatever. But I did like the whiteout we had with the baby powder. That was really cool. Like the Gilmore game, all the photos we were just packed, and we would just hands out. I felt like LeBron James, like going like this, like letting it all air out, and that was so fun. That was a fun game.
Do you
Yeah.
see kind of the baby powder continuing for a couple of our next sports?
I don't know if you can
You
do
know,
it in hockey. Though.
hockey, I don't know. I mean, we also tried to get a fog machine going, so I don't know if that's gonna work either. But we saw these videos of like the giant public schools, and they have like the fog gun, and you like get it out, and you like shoot like that, and it shoots smoke out everywhere. But unfortunately, that would not be allowed, especially not hockey games. But I feel like we're gonna try something for the hockey games. I don't know yet. It's a little bit of a secret because we're also still working on it. But something that could be inside facility. I don't know. I'm just ready for the bar. I'm ready to pack the bar.
Hockey season's gonna be awesome. What are some of those games you're looking forward to? I mean, I know Gilmore Shaker, but
Yeah.
what
so
games do the boys have to pack?
pack Iggy. Iggy's a huge one. Ed's is a good game. We're packing the bar. Obviously, we're packing the bar. Gilmore game. I mean, it's Gilmore. We gotta pack Gilmore. And then what else? I mean, obviously state tournament. I mean, if we're going to Columbus, we're all going to Columbus. We got to pack that. I remember freshman, sophomore year. That was the most fun, just driving down there. And the stadium was so cool because it's like a real NHL stadium. So they had all the lights and the introductions. So that was a cool game.
Yeah. And let's go back to some of the maturity and the growth that you've shown over your time here. And with that comes some recognition. And you won a national silver medal in the 2025 Scholastic Art Writing Awards for your photography, which congrats, that's huge.
Congrats.
Can you tell us about the photograph that won that award and kind of the story behind it?
Yeah. First, I would also like to congratulate him for his
Thank you.
Scholastic gold medal.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit a writing.
Yeah.
It was a writing gold medal. But so we were walking down in this city. It's like one of the main kind of cities in Tokyo. It's called Ikebukuro, and so it's like 10-minute train ride from where my grandparents live, and it's like the main connecting one from my grandparents that you can kind of get everywhere from. And so we're walking down, and I see this bus, and then I look to my left, and I see literally, and it's outside. We're completely outside, giant smoking box, like outside. And I've seen them inside, but I've never seen them outside, especially like that big and all condensed. And I thought like that was so like going to a foreign country and seeing that. Like usually in like Paris, I see cigarettes all on the ground and everything. And it's kind of like dirty, but like here it was all they wanted to like so nobody else would get like secondhand smoke. And so I thought this is a perfect photo. And I took a couple photos, but that one was my favorite because you could see there's only like two subjects you actually see. Like the one guy looking in like he's like standing in the box and he's like the only guy looking like directly in the camera. And then there's someone walking across the screen looking at the camera. And it's like if you actually look into it, because there's different focal points, like the sign, I gotta remember it. But the sign up in the top right, and then it's the two, and that's like my eyes lock into that immediately. And so I kind of thought, and I never thought it would go that far, to be completely honest. So I was very surprised when I saw that, but I'm very, very happy.
You know, there's a lot of stuff that you've kind of impacted the U.S. community with. But when you graduate, what kind of mark do you hope you've left on the U.S. community in terms of kindness, school culture, or just being a person? In other words, how do you kind of hope people remember you?
Well, for first things first, I kind of hope people become better than me. Like I hope people are better than what I was, especially freshman and sophomore year. But I hope the legacy of me and Adonise's spirit leader, like the whole organization, I hope that stays for a while because I want the new people coming into US to come and like enjoy going to a game, enjoy playing on the field while people are at the game. So I hope that one lasts. And hopefully one day I want my little name up there on the little. I got to find out something to do big, but I want my name in the little hanging plaque. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I hope one day that'll happen.
We'll put you next to Ricky Smith.
Yeah, love that guy.
How'd you meet Ricky again?
So I was with my friend at her dad's concert, and he was there, and I didn't like I've seen his face before, but I never really seen him. Like I didn't think about it until he came up to me, and so we were playing foosball against her and her dad, and then he comes up and he asked what school I go to, and then he starts singing Hale University, and I was very confused. I was like, wait, I was like, hold on, wait a minute. And then he starts singing like the prep song and everything. And then he's like holding the U in their faces. And he's like, yeah, it's my US bride. And I was like, yeah. And then so I met him from there, and I was kind of looking for different opportunities for community service. And so he was kind of helping me out with that. And we were talking a little bit, and I was trying to get involved with his Thanksgiving drive and just more of those things. And so ever since then, I don't know, we've been kind of cool with each other. But I don't know, he's a really funny guy. I can't say some of the things he was saying, but he's a funny guy. I love that guy.
Yeah. Shout out Meals Giving. It's an official holiday now in
Yeah.
Cleveland, which is his
Second
organization.
annual this year.
Yeah. Tuesday, November 25th, I think.
Also, guys, if you want to go follow my new nonprofit on Instagram, the Backstage Pass Project. It's basically a nonprofit. Can I get a little advertisement? Of course.
Little shout out.
Okay, yeah. It's basically a nonprofit that helps underprivileged youth get access to instruments, like lessons, and just like around the music. And hopefully we want later on that people kind of can come get lessons, and hopefully we have a concert with all the people that like are learning and like kind of teaching others to get a big concert that comes into donations. And we also found that music therapy is a big help with like neurological functioning. So we want to hopefully get into hospitals maybe to kind of give opportunities to get them into music and even playing an instrument. Because I was talking to someone that I met, and they were saying a hospital in Texas, there was a senator, and she had an accident, and she literally couldn't, like, her neuro was not doing great until she started playing the instrument, and she like that helped her like gain complete like neural function. And so hopefully we could get that to different hospitals.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. How'd you get into music? Or have you just always been into music? Do you play an instrument?
So, I've attempted instruments. I'm not the best in instruments, but got a guitar for my birthday a couple years ago. I know how to pluck a string. That's all I could say. But I really enjoy like music and how music can bring people together. And so it was like more of a focus of what can music do beyond just like listening to it. And so I was trying to explore that with my friends. So we really it took a while to narrow what we were actually gonna do, but we finally got to it.
It's pretty
You
cool.
know, let's kind of talk about that togetherness. One of the things I really think of is the U.S. community and its brotherhood, right? What does kind of being part of this U.S. brotherhood really mean to you?
I mean, I've met my closest friends, and I truly think that they're all gonna be my friends forever, for life. And I expect them at my wedding, hopefully, if I ever get married. But even from 8th grade, meeting like a couple friends, and that was kind of my transition year. So I was like the new kid, but coming in freshman year, especially with like Finn coming there, so I knew someone there, and then all the new kids that we met, we kind of grew a huge bond. And I really like thankful for you guys, because that is like that is my favorite friend group like ever.
And your class 26, will soon join the ranks of the alumni of US. What do you think will stand out about your class, and what will kind of be the mark that your class as a whole will leave?
Um, I'm hoping that we stand out like in spirit, because we really want to get the like school spirit going. Because we're not the biggest school, but we want to make it feel like a big school. Like the sound even at a game, like we want to be loud. We want to leave spirit, wanting to like be remembered for like making the school like the school. Like do
Yeah,
you
no,
picking
I
up what I'm
understand.
putting down?
Yeah.
Like we want to be recognized as like we are US, like not just like, oh, it's university school, the boys private school. Like we want to be like we're good, like sports team, we're all this, like we're loud. We know how to be civil but be rowdy.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Chase. Well, finally, as we wind down, here's a big question we always ask all of our guests. What is your why? Right? In other words, why do you kind of wake up every day, and what is the core purpose or motivation that really just drives you to be who you are?
No, my why is kind like just my friends and family. Like coming to this school every day, I want to be with my friends, and then even like the motivation by my parents and my siblings just to like get me. They want me to be successful, so I'm waking up every day for socially and to be successful, because I want to listen to the new stuff that's happening. I want to be involved. I want to be there, and then I also want to be successful.
Well,
It's all about
Chase,
the bread.
it's been great having you on the show today. Thank you so much for
Thank
taking
you.
the time to share your stories and experiences. And to our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll hope you'll join us next Wednesday for another episode of Late Start Show.